Talk about finding a great dropshipping supplier. Now, obviously, this is so important because if you don't have a good supplier, then your products are going to suck and your store is going to suck and your customers are going to be pissed off. So we don't want that to happen. So that's why right now I'm going to show you, after years and years of speaking with hundreds, probably thousands of suppliers at this point, how to find the best supplier, the best websites for finding them. And I'm also going to share with you my personal supplier template that I use. It's called the branded dropshipping supplier template, and it's something that I wrote up based on my earlier experience with selling on Amazon. I just took a supplier template that I always use for contacting suppliers on Amazon, and I just basically adapted it to Shopify. And so I'm going to give it to you absolutely free. There's going to be a link down below. And so we're going to use that to contact our suppliers. And here's some key points to remember when we're contacting suppliers, all right? So we're going to be using either Alibaba.com or AliExpress. Now, I recommend using Alibaba, and you're always going to try to use Alibaba. Most of the products that, like if I was looking for a particular model, I actually found it on Alibaba, but I didn't find it on AliExpress. And the reason for that is just because I guess AliExpress has a bunch of gimmicky products, has a bunch of lower quality products based on my experience. So we want to make sure that the suppliers that we're contacting have millions of dollars in revenue per year. And so I'm going to show you how to look at that as well. And also, we want to make sure they've been in business for at least 2 years. And we also want to contact at least 3 to 5 suppliers at a minimum, because if we only contact one, then we don't have any reference point in terms of prices. We don't have any negotiating power because we don't know, what like the accurate prices are for a particular product, and if we're getting ripped off or if we're getting a fair deal. And also, I'm going to talk about the difference between manufacturers and traders. It's very, very important to understand the difference. Nobody really goes into this, and trust me, it's actually going to give you a big plus to be able to contact a manufacturer instead of a trader. So this is the branded dropshipping supplier template. This is what it looks like right here, and the link is down below. You can go ahead, download it, and it's absolutely free. And you obviously want to change where I put the italic letter. So for example, hello, my name is name. Make sure to change this, or if your supplier sees this, then they're going to be like, okay, this person's not serious. And so we want to make sure that we look much bigger than we are. You don't want to tell them, hey, I'm just a dude, or I'm just a girl trying to start a dropshipping business. Like, you want to kind of make it seem like you're already established. If they start asking you for your website and things like that, say it's under development, or like we're redeveloping right now. And so just right here, company name, just make up a brand name. It doesn't have to be the final one that you're going to use. You can always just tell them like, hey, yeah, this is our new brand name. Trust me, it really doesn't matter. There's a language barrier anyway. So here, our store specializes in selling category of products, so put in the category or the niche. And we want to emphasize that we're interested in creating a long-term business relationship with the company. Chinese suppliers are always interested in creating a long-term business relationship, because what that means is usually they're not going to drop ship, like these suppliers that we're contacting, especially on Alibaba, they're not going to start off with drop shipping with most of their orders. But for us, they actually want to start drop shipping, because then later on, they know that we're going to go and start ordering inventory. So like thousands and thousands of units, and that's where they make the real money. So that's why this is perfect, because it starts us off on a good note. So here are some of the questions that we're going to ask. So do you offer blind drop shipping? What that is basically, there's nothing worse than your customer getting a product that they paid $50 for on your store. And what happens is that the product that they get has a bunch of Chinese writing on it, Chinese marketing materials, and even worse, it has the invoice that shows that you paid $3 for it. So obviously they're going to be really pissed off. So that's what's called blind drop shipping. Some of them don't know what it is, so just explain to them what it is after, when you're actually talking to them in chat. And then also bulk dropshipping is basically, tell them that, hey, like, do you offer bulk dropshipping? And what that means is we're going to be sending them an Excel sheet of our orders. It's very easy to get that from Shopify, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And you can just do that once every day or once every 2 days, and you can send them your order sheet, and that way they're going to individually fulfill every order, and it's going to go straight to your customer. You don't have to ship anything. You don't have to pack anything. So it really, really works great. And also, we ask them for an MOQ if they have a minimum order quantity for any of their products as well. And very, very important is, are you able to apply my company's logo on the products? You always want to try to get your logo on the product, even if it's drop shipping. Sometimes they'll say, yeah, if you want the logo, it's going to be a 50 minimum order quantity or 100 minimum order quantity. And that's because that's just the way that their printing system works. And so in that case, try to negotiate it down. Just say, hey, we're just doing like a test, and so that's why we can't order the MOQ right now. But if you can print the logo on the product and you can drop ship it, then we're going to order thousands of units later. And so that way they're going to be more willing to do it. And also, we explain how we're going to do it. So our company is going to send you an Excel spreadsheet file with each customer's information, so full name, email, address, product, and have you process each order individually. And then basically they would send us an invoice and we pay via PayPal or wire transfer. I recommend PayPal, but if you have a trusted supplier, you've already kind of, you already have established a good relationship, wire transfer is totally fine. And then at the bottom, you put in your WhatsApp number. I highly recommend communicating with your supplier on WhatsApp because the AliExpress and Alibaba messaging platforms are extremely clunky. And honestly, it's just going to take days to negotiate a proper price where the same negotiations could have taken place via WhatsApp and it would have taken way less time. And at the bottom, make sure to put in your company name. So this is available below this video. You can grab it for free. So now I'm going to show you on AliExpress and on Alibaba how to find, for example, this selfie stick right here. So the one that we saw, this looks like a good store. So if we go on AliExpress, let's take a look first. So I was actually searching for a scooter here before, but here if we go to selfie sticks, so it'd be flexible selfie stick, hit enter. There you go, there it is. The problem with this is that although it looks good, this is way too expensive. In my opinion, this shouldn't be that expensive. You see like the wide range of prices. Most likely, this is a trader, someone who's in China and who's just sitting on their computer basically cutting deals between factories and people who are trying to start dropshipping like us, and so they're pocketing the cash. So we want to avoid that, and so that's why, I mean, you can even do by orders, but then we might not find it. So sometimes you just go to best match. And anyway, if you do find a supplier on here and you think that they're good, just click on them. All right, so this is the product page on AliExpress, and we don't want to go, basically what everybody does, they just go, they click on, like whatever, France, China, and then color, and then buy now, or they use Oberlo, which is a free app, to just copy and paste this onto their store. And we don't want to do that. We want to contact them and try to get our logo on this product, and that's what branded dropshipping is about. Trust me, there's not going to be a long-term successful store that's just going to dropship this little, gimmicky thing without a logo or without anything. It can be a great product, but only if it's backed by a solid brand. So right here, you can go up here and click Contact Now. And this is where you're going to go and copy paste the template. Make sure that you edited the names and everything like that. Don't put in the title. Don't put in template, obviously. Very, very important. So copy this and then paste it in here. And then just put in your WhatsApp number and all that kind of stuff that I talked about. Now, if you look at ePacket, ePacket is the trade agreement between China and US, although trade relations have kind of been torn apart recently due to the trade war. But don't worry, that doesn't affect us. Trust me, if it affected the world in any way, then 99% of products come out of China, so it would actually destroy not only us, but everybody else's business as well. So don't listen to all those news articles. Just focus on what's important, and that is making your first profitable online business with dropshipping, with branded dropshipping. So just to explain, ePacket is a slightly faster method of shipping from China. Instead of it taking like 4 weeks to go to the customer, it might take 2 to 3 weeks. Now with branded dropshipping, maybe we can try to ask them for DHL shipping. That way they'll ship via DHL. It will be more expensive, but it's way faster. It'll take like 3 to 5 days from China. And then eventually we move on over to branded private labeling on our store. And that is the key. That is how you build a multi-million-dollar store that will set you up for life. Now I showed you AliExpress, but the way that I like to do it is I like going on Alibaba. I have more experience with this site, and I found a lot of amazing products from here and just much better suppliers overall. And honestly, you can find such amazing suppliers on here. Like this week, I just ordered a new product, and my supplier is already asking me for links to my product page to see like if I put in the right instructions, the right explanation, because they want to make sure that I sell. Because if I sell, that means that I'm going to put in more orders with them, and they're going to make more money, and we all make more money. So that's why Alibaba is fantastic. So for this, we're going to type in flexible selfie stick. And this is what I would recommend. This is the best way for branded dropshipping. So let's see here. You really just have to dig. Sometimes the products are on one but not the other, but I am sure that you'll be able to find it here. So flexible selfie stick. So let's go. And first, I always go and do verified supplier. This is basically like a program that Alibaba vets the suppliers and has inspections and things like that and makes sure that the supplier is actually good. But just because the supplier isn't a verified supplier doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad. So right here, it looks like it's kind of harder to find this product. So if we went here, we saw, try to look at like the name too, like flexible selfie stick or monopod monkey holder, I guess. So let's see if I can find this here. All right, so it looks like I found something similar right here. So a lot of the times, if we go and actually see the supplier, and we contact them, then they'll be able to, find us a better model, right? It doesn't mean that we have to buy this exact one. And that's why Alibaba is better, because you have a much higher chance of actually contacting the factory instead of just a trader who's making money off of you on AliExpress. So in this case, we can see the price. So already it's way below. It looks like it could be the same thing. It just might be presented in a different way on AliExpress. But there you go. And we would go and just hit contact supplier. And then when we hit that, we would put in our quantity. By the way, for quantity, even though we're dropshipping, put in 1,000. If you put in 1,000, trust me, a supplier who sees a $1,000 or 1,000 quantity message, they'll always want to reply to that faster than something that has only one quantity, right? So if we go here, we just copy this and then paste it in here without the title, and make sure to change the name and the company name and things like that. And so there you go, and you just send inquiry, and then you can leave agree to share business card checked, and then hit send inquiry now, and that's it. So if we go here, we can see, by the way, also, if you look at the supplier here, 3 years in business, so remember I said minimum 2 years. If it's 1 year, it could be fine, but you would have to dig deeper. And if we actually go and click on them, this supplier is based in Shenzhen. And a lot of my suppliers are from Shenzhen. Shenzhen is a great place for electronics and phone accessories and things like that, like Bluetooth, anything like that. So here you can see how many employees they have, the year they were established, transactions. We can go to, there's usually a revenue per year. Sometimes they don't put it in here. Right here, total annual revenue is in the millions. They got pictures of their factory. Sometimes they don't use real pictures, but if they're giving you a good price, that's all that matters, right? So once we contact 3 to 5 suppliers, we get them on WhatsApp, we start negotiating with them. We see which one has the best price or which one we can negotiate the price down, and that usually tells us. It doesn't matter if they're a trader or a factory. It's just most likely that the factory will give you a better price. And so that's something that you have to be aware of. Now you're probably wondering, well, Dan, if we go and use Alibaba to find a product for the branded dropshipping method that you're talking about, then how are we going to put it on our store? And that's a great question. It's actually very simple, and I'm going to show you that right now as we move into the actual design and creating of the Shopify store. So you just go and create a sales page, and you manually just add your own pictures, add your own sales text. You don't have to use Overload to copy paste it off AliExpress or any of that. So that's how we do it. Now let's move into the next part.